Okay, so this is probably the third video today, fourth video today. Done one for the grandkids, one for the channel. Well, they're all for the channel, but today's plan is start the channel. But I've just been into the supermarket and I turned on doggy cam while we were in the supermarket. And interesting experience at the checkout, as it always is when I go to that supermarket in Brackenridge. And so I was putting my groceries through because I just had a small amount, even though it still cost plenty. And I heard this voice behind me go, I heard some voices talking to the girl who was supervising the self-checkout area where I was, and she was talking with a man, and I don't know what was going on, but there was another lady who came along soon after that, and I heard her say out really loud, you guys need more staff. And then she said, waiting at customer service for 10 minutes is not acceptable. And I saw this girl, you know, like look at the guy who was clearly her boss going, and I thought, oh, you poor bugger. Probably because she had that woman in her face, I would imagine, but also, you know, like, yeah, she looked a bit, you know, rattled, understandably, if that is what was going on. But yeah, so Amy reading the room, and I looked at her, and then I carried on, and then I was working away, and she came along. I think she thought that I needed her, or my light must have gone on or something, and she came along, and I looked at her and I said, oh, you know, you're all right. I said, are you a bit understaffed? And she goes, yeah. And she nodded her head, and oh, I thought, oh, you poor bugger. And it was steady, it wasn't, but there was only her and one other girl at the express checkout putting groceries through. So there was a lady at the service desk, but she's doing 3 jobs, I would imagine. 3 jobs at once. What do you do? So yeah, little old Amy, in her head, off she goes. Ah, maybe I could come and work at Coles. Wanderings for later. But yeah, anyway, I finished up and paid for the stuff, and then I went over to the girl and I said, oh, I really hope your day gets better, and left. And she actually looked like she was on the verge of tears. Her eyes were red, and yeah, you know, I could see she was about ready to cry. So I probably did not help her, but yeah, those sorts of things affect me when you see people, you know, clearly, you know, unsupported in their job, and you know, it's like, well, why haven't they got enough staff? And it made me think about my experiences, you know, with that supermarket. And I have had a few you know, oh, I've waited there for ages for my click and collect order, and oh, the amount of stuff ups that have happened with that supermarket. And I don't complain, I don't put feedback in, and one time I did, but I got no response at all from it. And is lacking. They can't provide enough staff to make sure that all of those important bases are covered. So, yeah, I should write them a letter. I should say exactly that. And I should stop using words that have got S in them. S is my enemy when my teeth are not in. Hey, Charlie. But we don't care about that because this is just us. We love us. Us is us. It is what it is. Blah 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 blah. You do you. All those things. It's quite a meh. Don't sweat the small stuff, but it's not small for that poor woman who's in the supermarket and she's stressed out. She's had a big blimmin' voiced woman having a spit, no doubt, having to put up with the way that people think they can just, speak as unkindly as they want to, if that's what she's done. But crux of it is, Coles is understaffed. So that stuff does not need to happen. This is Australia.